All right, this is Rudy. It's March the 28th, the year 2017, and I want to give a quick update on Fisher of Men, also known as Bryce Matthew Quellar. Many of you guys know the story already, but there's a bunch of Frenchmen. I don't know where in the world or how we got to the point where a bunch of Frenchmen, part of Interpol, can call the Las Vegas Police Department and identify who is a terrorist and who is not a terrorist. But that's exactly what happened. Bryce made a video, talked about Satanists and traitors in government, and he gets labeled a terrorist. They devilize him, demonize him in the Las Vegas press. You would be amazed at the news reports they did. They SWAT teamed his home. They threw him in jail. They mistreated him in jail, had him on suicide watch. They SWAT teamed his mother's house. They tore up his mother's house, made him out to be a big domestic terrorist. Kenneth Meade, who's on the record of targeting other patriots in the country, was leading the charge as far as the attack on Bryce Quellar and Bryce Quellar's family. Many of you rose up and spoke out for Bryce. You made YouTube videos for Bryce. We all wrote letters to the judge. The judge was under a lot of public pressure, and I believe that's contributed to Bryce getting probation. When they let him out in the courtroom, they had an actual murderer in the courtroom with, I think he had a Nazi sign on his forehead or something. He had just killed a grandma and two other people. I don't know all the details, but he was a bona fide murderer. He got no attention at all. But when Bryce was walked into the courtroom for sentencing, he had ankle chains on, wrist chains on that went around his belly. He had two 6'4" U.S. Marshals on each side of him, and he had oven mittens on. It looked like they were treating him like Hannibal Lecter. But in any event, he gets out on probation. They claim that he broke probation because he did the terrible thing of having contact with his common-law wife. And so they put him back in jail, and he got out. I don't know if the exact order is exactly what happened, but he's been visited by the Secret Service, who told him not to call Obama a sodomite anymore, that he don't need to be talking about Michelle being a tranny. I don't know why the Secret Service would be visiting on those topics, but that he did get those visits. And now, just recently, his YouTube channels that were making monetized have been taken down. Fisher of Men 2 has been deleted. Matter of fact, if you come up here and you go to that channel, this used to be the Fisher of Men channel, Fisher of Men 2 channel. It's now deleted. They didn't give him any specific reason. They said it was deceptive practices or something. There's nothing deceptive about his videos. Either you look at the evidence and you agree with it, or you look at the evidence and you refute it, and you put up your own counter video. So that instead of putting up their own counter video, they just decided to take his channel down and hurt his ability to make a living. And so YouTube is absolutely gone off the rails. They will pay for the crimes they've committed, and they've also taken down his arms militia channel. So he is got a few other channels, but I'm very concerned they're just going to take him down altogether. But we'll just continue to this is a war, and he's taken a lot of hits. He's definitely on their radar, and obviously Obama doesn't want it exposed that he's a sodomite, and Michelle doesn't want it exposed that she's a tranny, and they'll break Bryce's freedom of speech. They will totally ignore the Constitution. He should have the right to say what he wants to say and to put out videos that he wants to put out. If they want to demonetize it, I don't even think they should do that. That's one thing, though, right? But to take the whole channel down and to not let him even put the videos up, that's a complete stepping over the line as far as breaking his freedom of speech. But we are in a war. We are in an absolute war, and it's a war where there are casualties. And so be prepared to do what you need to do, and to fight in a way that you feel called to fight. But this is absolutely a war, and it's a war of good versus evil, for freedom versus tyranny. And choose you this day whom you will serve. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.